Happy Sunday and happy Thanksgiving weekend, everybody, from the arrogant atheist with you again and again. We have deep hearts following another attack in the mosque in Egypt. My heart goes out to Egypt, man. I want to tell you, Egypt is in such a bad, shitty spot, and they always have been. They try so hard to walk the middle, and of course they have their own problems, in government with corruption and whatnot, and this and that over the years. But in general, they're West friendly. They try to be a moderate state. They try to cater to everybody. They certainly have a lot of issues with extremists in the country. Part of the fact that it's part of the it's one of the side effects of trying to be a little bit more open is you end up with a country where pockets of idiots can thrive, and they suffer under that. And I want to tell you, Egypt is all of us. Egypt is civilization. Egypt is the world. And if people don't understand that Egypt should be as close to your soul as an atheist can put it, you have none, because Egypt is the history of all of us, and things that happen in Egypt affect everybody to right down to the minutes of your day. Every day as a modern American, we all have so much to be thankful for the culture of Egypt and the history and the way that it has affected and touched us today. And Egypt is a place we should all be able to celebrate and go to without fear of it being spoiled by freaks. And people who really, quite frankly, just need TVs. They just need they need to have a place where they can watch TV and zone out like an American, so that they don't have to get a gun and fill their day with violence because they're so angry with the way their shitty lives are. Again, this is the fucking ISIS and their fools blowing up a mosque where, nice families, moderate Muslims are trying to worship. They happen to be Sufis. So they're a little bit more on the spiritual side of things as far as a sect of Islam. But, for my money, if you're going to do that kind of wackiness, it may as well be one of the ones that's got some mysticism to it, a little more interesting at least, a little more mythology, a little more metaphor, a little bit more allegory there, a little bit more fun in your religion than just blowing shit up because we want our country to be this way, and being an extremist and trying to take the ancient scribblings of dirty desert people, prehistoric people, as literal truth, and blowing people up for that. It's not funny. Imagine going to church and looking out the window and seeing armed gunmen. Oh wait, we got that in Texas just a couple of weeks ago. If people don't think that Americans can rise up in the kind of fundamentalist violence that we see in other countries, then you're not paying attention, because these are the same kind of gun-toting fools who don't look further than their nose and cling to their identity politic of what they think they should be as an American. And even now, when we're living in the age of President Fuck-ass, who's embarrassing us on a scale that none of us thought we'd have to live through as Americans, there's people doubling down on that stupid decision. And those are the kind of people that, in the end, I don't think it'll happen. I'm not saying that it will. I don't think it'll happen. But if you don't envision a world where you could see those fundamentalist Christians rising up and fighting for a country that they think should exist, where theocracy rules, and where we teach kids lies about the nature of the universe and the age of the world, you don't have much imagination, because it really doesn't take much. It's not that far away. Thankfully, we have a society where we count on the goodness of women and others to balance out the hooliganism that's involved with a lot of the gun nut survivalist Christian fools in the country, and that's something that I don't think they have so much. It's part of what you get when you put down half of your population and keep them under a hood, and keep them at home, and don't let them take part in the political process at all. I know people are still backwards here when it comes to women's rights and women, but at least they do have a voice in government, and they've worked hard for it, and begrudgingly got some of it from the patriarchy here. And I think that we benefit from that, and so do the hillbillies benefit just as much as the elite city folk benefit from it. So our hearts go out again to Egypt, and I didn't mean to say dirty desert folk. I meant to say dirty, Stone Age people. No matter where they evolved at that point, you can certainly be dirty in other places besides the desert. That was a slip of my non-politically correct tongue. That's the rant for today. Really, clean it up. Egypt, we need you too badly, and all of us are bleeding for that. That was bad shit again by ISIS, and we hope you stand up. We hope the moderate Muslims and the liberal Muslims stand up and do something about the extremists in your part of the religious world, because everybody needs to oppose it, and that includes y'all. And by letting it go, this is the kind of bullshit that happens sooner or later. In a place called Ismailia, Egypt, all right? Peace to Ismailia. Named after Ismail, I would imagine. The legend goes that the Muslim people are descended from that illegitimate son of Abraham, Ismail. So kind of ironic, too, there, that it would happen in a town called that. So happy Sunday, everybody. Watch some good old American football, man, and eat your leftover turkey. Later.